Welcome back, everybody. Motorsport Manager continues. The Timmix here with the Ernie's Paradise Challenge. The last of the really long ones, and it is now finally entering the final stretch. Ardennes is next. 4 races to go. We've got ourselves over a 100-point lead. It's functionally over. Now, there is a little bit of drama that doesn't really matter that much, but we've still got Surikov and Wexler battling for that third place position, and right now Surikov losing on tiebreakers. We're working on the gearbox, and otherwise just trying to keep our car improved. You can see for the first time now it has dipped. It's still 5th, but it's dipped below average. So for the first time we're below the average mark. But we've got to try to just run out the clock on this season. Motor Racing Magazine has the question. Okay. There's our car repairs. We're going to have another sponsor to deal with, clearly. Let's take a look at what we want to improve for Ardennes, which looks like it's the engine and that front wing this time around. Throw the engines back in there, and of course we want to max out the reliability on the front wings. So it looks like we're going to do a pretty even split there. And we can get a significant amount of this done, but most of it is still not going to get there. Any more speed, obviously, we can get out of the engine, though, is going to be really important here. And having the front wings be the other crucial part, and we're going to be pretty much ready to use our new ones. That's going to help. I'm going to refit these now. So that we can get our drivers there. And it's saying 7th and 9th for this race. It said 7th and 10th last time. But now that we put those on, improvement, and maybe we can improve a little more before then. We'll have to see. So we've got our new gearbox. Let's get to work on more of that. Okay, so we're pretty much stuck in these two areas. Which ones are we going to want? Well, that's plus 40 to max. That's a good one. No. 3, 4. Okay, there are 5 of them that we'd want. So, let's just go down and get the cheap ones along the side and build up to that 5-component deal. Lana Kendrick reminds us she's happy with being in first. 42 laps, 3.6 miles. So fairly long race. Front wings, and they're excited about us being first for that. They'll be expecting us to perform well. Super soft, soft, and medium for this. And Rachel Adams wants a new brake facility. That's not going to happen. We're actually going to go into the red here, briefly. You can see our car is now up to above average by virtue of, yes, we have the best wings, front wings, on the circuit. going to help us definitely down the stretch. And our gearbox is already pretty good, but we're making that better. See if we can do any adjustments here. And get one more person over into the performance side. And the reliability work is finished. So we did get about almost 20 points more out of the engines. Still an 8th, still well below average on that. But we did what we could. And we're, close to average overall, but did get a significant amount above it with the front wing work finally coming in. Okay, so we've got a fixed payment sponsor to deal with. We'll just take the upfront $1 million. Our usual prediction of 6th or above. And at 15 degrees for the race, probably want to be looking at super softs and softs. So we'll see how the distance shakes out, which one of those we want to use the most. I definitely want to get both of those ready in practice. And 7th and 9th still. And only 2 crucial parts here. Oh, I can bump that one down to 80. And that one as well. So we've got 450. And that's before we start knocking out more. This one can go all the way down to 50. 735 for sharp. Another decent set of practice times. See how that carries over, and if we can put even more distance between ourselves and Steinman, who finished 2nd and 3rd in practice. So they've definitely got the speed on this track. Well, we've got a real harsh comment here from Kurt McGovern asking if Siri Lundqvist can just go home already. There's no point in being here if she's going to do that badly. Finished 19th in practice, 1.2 seconds off the pace. And looks like we have good weather, at least to start. Okay, so we're going to be at 15 degrees. No rain that anybody can see. Let's take a look at how long these... Well, we're obviously going to go aggressive at the start. Let's take a look at the tires, though. 42 laps. Yeah, should be able to just about do one stop. Mediums would to get 0 stops. Don't think that's going to work. So I think that's definitely how we're going to want to go. And it still feels weird to be using super softs from the back. But again, recently we found just using the softer tires and getting up through the field faster does seem to be the best choice for us. Okay, and here's the key part. So we had like acceleration and oversteer. So we want more oversteer, more acceleration. Or no. More speed. No, it is more acceleration. I had it right the first time. More acceleration and more oversteer. Okay. And maybe about... Nope. And the question is how far to go. But I think that's going to be about right. Go back and make sure. Oversteer. Acceleration. Yep, and I think I need the one more of each. Yeah. So that should be close. I mean, it should be better than 92. Just going to have to see how that rolls for us. Take off 12 laps down to 30. 42 laps, not a particularly long race. Of course, the laps are pretty good distance, though. Okay, I think we're set as good as we can be. Let's see what everybody else has around us. And yeah, they're going with longer tires, which again, I don't think makes sense given the length of the race. Sharp is only a 5 for this one, so her never-ending string of top driving not there, but Surikov a 9. Chapman at a 7, that's definitely dangerous, but Holt's only at a 3. So maybe Chapman beats us, although maybe not on those tires. We definitely want to try to beat Holt's. It's kind of how it's shaping up here. Let's ride along with Surikov, see if he can get off to a good start given his strong form for the 8.9 compared to 5, and he does. Look at him go. Whoa, what was that back there? De Graaf going wide. So Surikov quickly up to 13th. Sharp in 19th. Hasn't passed anybody except for De Graaf. And I'm thinking we might be able to go hard for the first 2 laps given the temperature being fairly friendly. Sharp getting by Chapman. That's nice. And here comes Surikov at 9.0. Up to 12th, and now looking to get to the inside of Holtz. And does. Surikov making good on his strong form today. 11th. Fighting for 10th with Saarinen. Didn't get it, but was fighting for it at the end of that first lap. And tire temps are getting high. Sharp up to 15th. Surikov in 10th. And we'll go through the winding section here. Continues to race well. But we need to duck down to neutral now. And now we'll go neutral as well on the gas. So 9th and 14th. And there goes Sharp, looking to get it now. You can see Vasquez doesn't have any tires left and is really slowing us down. Same time, I don't want to back off because then I'm going to lose to Saarinen. They would both go by, and now we're going to battle for it. I think Sharp's going to win it again. Oh, maybe not, because here comes Saarinen with a speed burst. That didn't even do it. Zoe Sharp taking first, and that's going to be her last lap. Going to switch to the soft tires. As will Surikov. We'll probably get a little bit into the red here. And let's switch back to Harvest. And there we are, hitting the red, but we're just going into the final turns here before the finish. And Chapman is up to 6th, Holt's 9th. Now we're going to fall behind them, but they will have to pit at least once. And that's going to be an interesting little chess match because we're not planning on pitting again. And out in 13th and 15th, I believe? 16th. Okay. So we've definitely got some work to do. Sharp a second and a half back of Vasquez and no longer catching the leaders either. Surikov getting by Vasquez, but not Vidal yet. Right in the middle of a fun little deal here. Be really nice to get that pass and then back off of everything. Come on. Pushing to get close, but all we did is get close. Need to go hybrid again with both drivers. And getting to the inside here, heading into the chicane, but not able to hold it. Still right behind, though. It is a battle right now between Surikov and Vidal, and I think we just got it. Oh, and there's our lovely race sprinklers. That's going to be fun. Go push. I definitely want both drivers on at least push. And let's switch back to neutral on the engine. Okay, let's see what this rain's going to do. Okay, we're going to want to pit for inters. And that means that all these cars kicked our ass. Basically. Because we're not going to catch them. So we've got to concede that we were outmaneuvered by Steinman. And I'm just going to let that ride given how big of a lead we have. It's unfortunate, but I'm going to have to deal with it. How many more laps do we have? Yeah, we're only going to get a few more laps. So I do think I want to attack with both drivers and just get whatever we can out of this. Okay. So Sharp's down to 9th. Surikov 13th. Yeah, and these others, although we still would have to try to catch them, which is unlikely. But we'll see. I mean, 'cause right now we're gaining time. Surikov, you go ahead and push. And get by these cars. Sharp going by in 8th. And they're still not stopping. Wow. That's a big error, and we're going to gain some positions here due to it. Should have enough energy. Should have enough fuel. We actually may be able to go even more aggressive later. Two plus. So I'm going to go overtake briefly. Try to create some... Actually, no. I'm going to switch back to high. I'll go overtake when I need to go to neutral. Sharp definitely locked into 3rd, I think. So, going to leave that where it is. This is all about Surikov. Yep, I think this is the time. Overtake and neutral. Drop that tire temp. And I've got to watch closely. Yep, those are fine. I've just got to watch the fuel. And just barely holding off Holtz. Can we do it for 2 more laps? Oh boy, and Holtz goes wide. Now we can. We'll switch down to high. And that right there, as they say, was the race. Because now we got a 5-point lead on him. Sharp is going to wrap up a 3rd place finish. No embarrassment there. We'll go push for the final lap. Plenty of everything there. And Holtz has dropped to 8th. Surikov several seconds behind Oliveira. Or not behind Oliveira, but rather behind Saarinen, just ahead of Oliveira. Whoa, whoa, hold on. We're lower on energy than I thought. Sharp. You've still got over a decent amount, but we're going to switch back to medium here on Surikov. Just in case. We wind our way through these final turns. Probably going to have to go back to regular fuel. Yep, there we go. But all we need is a 1/3 of a lap, and we've got that much. Sharp enjoyed it, finishing 3rd. Here comes Surikov. Saarinen gets the fastest lap. Surikov accepting 5th position. Chapman beat us getting 2nd, but that late stumble by Holtz as she tried to catch, and Surikov just holding her off. That was really tense. Well done for Dieter Wexler. Glad that he was able to finish ahead of Chapman, who was right on his heels. Considering that the rain sprinklers going on caught us flat-footed, and then they stayed out there a little bit too long, but still, we did really well to recover from that to do this kind of a finish. And with Wexler winning, he's now well behind Surikov for that 3rd spot. But that's okay, I'll take 4th. And another very slight improvement. We're up to 108. So with 3 races to go, we will clinch in the next race if it's not disastrous. Sharp has such an awesome helmet. Yeah, I'm sure that's what did it. That's what gave us the points. Her helmet. So just a 5.0 for Sharp, which is actually, yeah, ties Dubai, the original race, for her worst of the year. She's averaging a 6.1. A 5.9 on the season for Surikov, but a 9.5, one of the highest I've ever seen for any of my drivers. Gets him up to 5th. We still finished 2nd, slightly worse than our hope. So we should be able to clinch at the Black Sea. And let's just double check our rules. And it doesn't say anything about double points for the final race. So we should be able to clinch, and all we would need is an 87-point lead. Let me get back to our standings. We would need an 87-point lead, and we have a lead of 108, so we can lose 21 points in the next race and still put this championship away. That will definitely be our goal. But we'll see how that works out. The Black Sea, of course, always a bit of a trying race. It begins many of the seasons, depending on the schedule. And often a race where tires and parts tend to fail. So we'll see how that works out as we head to Russia. But until then, thanks for watching. Motorsport Manager will return soon.